పాపులారిటీ పెరగాలంటే సినిమా అంతా ఉండక్కర్లేదు. సినిమాకి తీసుకెళ్ళటానికి కారణమైన పాటతో ఉండొచ్చు. సినిమా నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత గుర్తుంచుకునే పాటతోనూ పాపులారిటీ పెరిగిద్ది. వీరసింహారెడ్డికి వెళ్ళటానికి బాలకృష్ణ గారి పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఎంత కారణమో, ఇప్పుడు బావలు మనోభావాలు పాట రిలీజ్ అయిన తర్వాత అదొక హుక్ పాయింట్ అయింది. ఆ పాట మ్యాసివ్ హిట్ అయింది. ఆ హిట్లో భాగమైన చంద్రిక ఇప్పుడు మనతో ఉన్నారు. హాయ్ అండి.
హాయ్ అందరికీ నమస్కారం. హౌ ఆర్ యు?
ఫైన్.
హ్యాపీ సంక్రాంతి.
హ్యాపీ సంక్రాంతి టు యూ. అంటే సర్ప్రైజ్గా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాం. మీకు ప్రమోషన్స్ అంటే వేరే అంటే వెస్ట్రన్ వేర్తో వస్తారని ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేశాను, బట్ యూ సర్ప్రైజ్ ఉంది.
I'm a Pakka South Indian girl, despite being born in Australia and living in Hollywood. It's very important for me to show that I'm still very connected to my roots, and I can be both. I can be, very westernized.
It looks more beautiful inside.
Thank you. I actually feel better when I'm wearing a sari. Like there's times where they ask me in interviews, do you like wearing a dress or a sari, which is better? And I always say a sari. I'm a Pakka South Indian girl. I steal my mother's saris and my grandmother's saris all the time.
ఓకే, మీరు శారీలు కట్టుకోవటం అలవాటా? అంటే ప్రమోషన్స్ కోసం అని శారీలు హ్యాబిచుయేట్ చేసుకున్నారా? Do you know how to wear a saree?
Yeah, actually.
How frequently you wear the saree?
So I try and wear saree at least once a week. In LA, I go to temple every Sunday. So I try. Okay.
Okay. Continue.
I try and go to temple every Sunday and wear saree. But I learned how to tie a sari from a young age because I was trained in Indian dancing. So, we've had to wear saris for performances and stuff. So even my team today, they were like, do we need to get someone to tie the sari for you? I said, no, I can do it myself. Like, I'm used to it. I'm very used to it. I can tie every different style you need to tie. Maharashtrian, South Indian, I can tie all of them.
మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఎలా ఉంది వీరసింహారెడ్డితో? ట్రావెల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఎలా ఉంది? సాంగ్ ట్రావెల్?
So I got the call to do the song like 5 days before we started filming. Buty Chandrika had called me and said,
how did he know?
So Buty Chandrika actually found me on Instagram some months back, and he said, I am doing this film, Veera Reddy. Well, he didn't say the name at that time. We didn't.
You put dance numbers there and.
Yeah, I mean, I had done one Telugu song before for a Telugu remake of a Tamil film that I'd done, but people knew I was a dancer. There's a lot of dancing videos of me online. And so Buty Chandrika had said, I'm doing this film. I would like you to be in it, but as an actor. At that time, we thought I was going to be doing an acting role. And then 5 days before we shot it, he called and said, we've done this song and you're the only person that we know that can bring justice to the role. Can you come? And I said, sir, even if I couldn't come, I'll be there. Like I'll make it down there. But it's also something where I didn't have to ask any questions. There's times where I've done films where I've had to say, I'm not wearing that costume. I'm not dancing like this. You have these conversations. But because I knew it was Buty Chandrika, Balaya sir, my 3 movie makers, Taman sir, I knew there was a level of professionalism that was going to be there that I didn't have to worry about anything. So I came. I was here in Hyderabad at 3 a.m. I went straight to Film City. I was on set by 7 a.m. that day. We shot for 5 days. It was an incredible experience. Till date, it's definitely one of the best filming experiences I've had just because of the experience that I had with everyone, including Balaya sir. I think it's going to be very hard for any other film to top this experience.
So, about your choreographer?
Oh my God. Shekhar Master sir. As a trained dancer, and someone that has had such a big love for Indian film and cinema my whole life, I've watched so many film songs. That has been my connection because, yes, I work in Hollywood as well, but nothing compares to our films, where you can dance and there's mass and there's all these things. So going onto set the first day, I was very scared. I was genuinely very scared because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do what Shekhar Master wanted me to do. I wanted to make sure I did everything at 110%. And I walked in and I saw even the dancers and I was like, oh my God, their 100% is like my 200%. And then you put Balaya sir next to me with his incredible energy at his age. I just constantly kept telling myself, you've got to go bigger, you've got to do better, you've got to be like incredible to be matched up next to these people and doing Shekhar Master sir's like choreography. And a lot of the times I knew Shekhar Master was asking me to do it again because he knew I could do better. He knew I could really, put the mass on screen like that. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm really thankful to have such an incredible master for my first major film.
We completely understand the dancers' body language and abilities. And do you find this?
100%. Not only was Master able to tell me what the step was, yes, of course, there was a language barrier, but even his face, he knew how to switch into how I should be doing Maa Bava. Everything was just, he's really a complete entertainer. He's incredible. Where I'd actually hurt my back at the beginning of the shoot, but it got worse over the last 2 days. And I would apologize to Shekhar Master sir and Buty Chandrika sir saying, I'm so sorry, I hope I'm doing it well. And they both said, you would never even know watching the screen that you are in pain. And that was very important for me because I didn't want to let Master down. I knew I was doing something that it's his art form as well. This is his choreography where people are going to be doing our steps. I wanted to make sure I did it well.
Okay, how was the pain now?
The pain is still there. I'm still having to take medication and I go for regular checkups with the chiropractor in LA. But it's so worth it. Honestly, for me, it's so worth it. It came with such an incredible performance by all of us together. I'll do it again if I have to.
సో ఈ బాలకృష్ణ గారి ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్స్, ఆయనకున్న డాన్సింగ్ ఎబిలిటీస్ మనం ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇయర్స్ చూస్తూ వస్తున్నాం కదా, మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఏంటి డాన్సింగ్ విత్
Balia's energy is next level. It's infectious. You feel it next to him. Like I said, there was times I was in pain or so tired and jet lagged, and I'm dancing for majority of the song. And just being next to Sir, you feel it. You feel his energy. It just spreads to you. You don't feel like, oh my God, I'm dying. You don't feel any of those things. And his energy is like that throughout. He's just like this pure, humble being, but this godlike presence. When he walked in on the first day, I remember looking and just seeing how people were just like in awe. And I really thought I would never speak to him. I thought we would just share screen space. And after the camera is off, I'm going to sit in my corner and Sir was going to be in his corner. But it wasn't the case. He is so humble and has so much humility. It's like even in that, you have so much presence. Not many people can have that. It's very, very one of a kind.
ఒక బ్యాక్కి ఫ్లిప్ చేసి ఒక స్టెప్ ఉంటుంది బాలకృష్ణ గారిది. మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఏంటి ఆ స్టెప్ చూస్తే?
So when you see the actual full song, you'll see the full scene of that.
Black.
Literally, I was sitting there watching it, and I saw the dance master teaching the assistant, and I was like, "Who's going to be doing this step?" Then they said, "Okay, sir, we're ready for you." And Sir went and leaned back, and I was like, "Huh? I don't even think I would be able to do that, And I'm of my age, and I'm a trained dancer and all these things. Sir literally was just like, "Yeah, I'll do it. No problem. I'll do it." And then even the steps, they will teach him once. He's got it. Okay, one shot done. My scenes with Sir, there were times where we would take one shot and I would think after, did I do well enough? Because Sir just did it in one take. I can't take another take. I have to go 150% in every shot with Sir just to match his energy.
మీరు బాగా అడాప్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు సినిమా డాన్సెస్ని. ఒక ఫోక్లోర్ డాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి, వాటిని మీరు బాగా అడాప్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు. ఆ అడాప్టేషన్కి మీకు ఎంత టైం పెట్టింది? హౌ మచ్ టైమ్ యూ టేక్ దట్ సినిమా?
I think it's been in my blood. Being a trained dancer, I started dancing at the age of 3, and I've been trained classically with Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathak, and folk, and Bollywood, and everything. But you learn from watching films. Indian films are a big part of our lives as Indians. And I think just from watching from a young age and studying, I spent a lot of my time studying movies, whether it's in American movies or Indian films. Watching their expressions, how they did it, how they, the mass is shown on their face. I learned from watching the greats like Baliya sir. I learned from watching everyone that has come before me. And I think it's also in our blood. I think it's just something we all have. It's whether we tap into it or not. But as South Indians, I don't think anyone can match our energy in the world. It's something special.
It's like a festival.
It's something special that we have as South Indians that can never be recreated. You really have to understand it to be able to do it.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు సాంగ్ రిలీజ్ అయిన 2 daysలోనే 1 crore వ్యూస్ రీచ్ అయిపోయింది. అంటే మ్యాసివ్ హిట్. సినిమా రిలీజ్కి ముందే, అంటే బిఫోర్ వీఆర్ వాచింగ్ ఆన్ బిగ్ స్క్రీన్, ఇట్ విల్ క్రాష్ ద
100%. I mean, we hit 10 million in 7 days. I've never been a part of something like this, and also coming from a small town in Australia, you dream of things like this. You dream of having a film that's going to do these kind of numbers. When we hit the first million, within less than 24 hours, and then the next thing they're posting 3 million, 5 million, 7 million, 8 million, 10 million. I was just like, oh my God, this is just the lyrical. People are not even seeing
The full song.
incredible stuff that we have in this song. And I'm getting a lot of great response in the sense of people saying, Chandrika, never has anyone danced with Balaya Sal like this. And I'm just thinking, you guys haven't even seen the full song. You've not even seen the mass that we're bringing to the screen on Sankranti. Like, this is really a full, like, festival, big song.
All credits goes to your director, Gopi Chand.
100%. It goes to Gopi Chand sir, his incredible eye,
Yes, sir.
Taman
Because
sir.
he found you.
100%. I call him my gift from God. I literally call him my gift. I even spoke to him today and I said, sir, you're like my gift from God. I would not have been able to get an opportunity like this from anyone else, because as a director, the first time we spoke, I spoke to him about my struggle, how I moved to LA with 3 bags and $500. I didn't know where I was going to stay, but I got into one of the best acting schools in the world. I've struggled my whole life to be an artist. I've studied in the best schools. My parents have put me through the best education for acting and dancing. And I didn't come from money. They God knows what they did to get me through, my training. My parents were working 2-3 jobs at a time. And Gopi Chand sir knew that. And he also knew that I wanted to bring this different flavor to not just Indian cinema, but Western cinema as well. It's very important for me that people see me as an Indian bombshell who can also dress like this. In the West, I'm called the first Indian bombshell. There's never been someone who's attracted young audiences that has had this Western look, but also very Indian. And Gopi Chand sir gave me the perfect platform to do that, because the role is a very sensual, sex symbol type role, but I'm also able to show my expressions. I'm able to show my dancing. He's really my gift from God.
He looks great in both.
Thank you.
Both clothes and both cultures.
Mm-hmm.
In both cultures. Because of you are a classical dancer, you got very expressive eyes. So many emotions we are carrying throughout your eyes.
Yeah.
How you enjoy the lyrics? Do you understand the lyrics?
So this is obviously the first language of film that I'm doing that I don't know fully. I actually understand a lot more Telugu than I thought I would. The last few days we're doing interviews and they've asked me questions in Telugu and I'm answering without even realizing I've picked up so much in the last 8-9 months. But I'm a real perfectionist when it comes to my job, because I really know that everything you do is out forever. This is going to be shown to generations to come, So on set, even if you ask Gopi Chand sir and all of them, they'll always say I was glued to the script. I was constantly reading the script. Unless I was getting touched up or talking to sir, I was glued to my script. So I wanted to emote the feelings of that character to the best of my abilities. And I know that I'm very well known for my eyes. I'm called Junior Silk. I'm called all kinds of things. So I wanted to do the best I could. And I also had someone like Shekhar Master sir telling me exactly, okay, this is what you're doing. And now he showed me everything that I needed to know. And I mean, it's also what I can bring to the screen myself. So I'm grateful for the expressions that I've got in my blood running already.
సో మీకు ఈ ఆపర్చునిటీ వచ్చిన తర్వాత అంటే ఇది సాంగ్ సూపర్ డూపర్ హిట్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ ఇలాంటి ఆపర్చునిటీ వస్తే యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారా, లేకపోతే ఆర్టిస్ట్గా అలా అయినా ట్రై చేస్తారా?
So as a trained actress and someone who's trained in Western cinema, I've trained my whole life. I've got degrees, diplomas, I've done everything. I almost finished my degree in acting. But in Western cinema, we're taught that every role is important.
Yes, exactly.
I think there's a very big stigma in Indian cinema that if
Typecast.
you're typecast, and also if you look pretty, you're supposed to do you're only supposed to do heroine roles. I think that's a very backward way of thinking, because even the person in the back of the screen is there for a reason.
Yes, exactly.
You are on screen for a reason. It's like saying,
you would like to do that kind of roles also?
I will do anything. I've done extra roles in America. I've literally worked from the bottom up. I did a Apple commercial with a Academy Award winner as a background actress. I've done everything. I've genuinely worked from the bottom up to get to where I am. And I think that stigma really has to go, because I have done 4 films before. The first film I did, I played a ghost. I was covered in blood and black paint, and I had, teased hair, and I did my own stunts. I was raised 6 floors up. I was thrown across the floor. I've done all of this. This role one, not anyone could have done, because they're not just going to put any old dancer or any old actress in this. You have to match Balia's acting and energy, and you have to come with a certain level of respect and professionalism. If I choose to continue doing these roles, that's my also choice, because I also know that I'm trying to be a global bombshell, Indian bombshell, the first young girl that has done American films, that is born in a Western country but still embodying Indian culture. I want that. But at the same time, no one can ever stigmatize me or put me in a box, because I've already done the training. I'm not just doing this because I'm a dancer or I've pretty face. Miss World and all those things came after my acting training. That came on the side. My first major film offer in India was in Bollywood. After I did Miss Maxim India, I got my prize was to sit in India for 1 year in Mumbai and be signed to a big production house and do whatever films they wanted me to do. And I looked at my mother and I said, I'm a South Indian though. I want to do South Indian films first. If I go and do North after, that's fine. But why am I not doing my language? Why am I not standing up for my people? Why am I not being the person I didn't see? And I think also people forget that what I choose to do is my choice. I'm getting many offers, but I'm choosing what I want to portray myself as.
That's why I'm asking you, what's your choices?
I do whatever feels right at that moment. My first film,
You're open for all kind of roles.
100%. My first film, when I did the ghost role, the questions were, but you did Miss World, why are you doing an ugly role? Then I said, but I'm an actress. I should be able to put different coats on and hats. A doctor puts his coat on, takes it off. An actress should be able to play different roles. People have seen me having an exorcism on screen. Then I've also played a villain. I've also played a sex symbol. Now I've played this role. I want to show that I'm able to play different things. And this came at a perfect time, because I'd done all those other roles before. Maybe if this had come earlier and I hadn't, I would be a little cautious to say, okay, how is this going to pan out for me? But this was perfect timing.
People are loving your dancing abilities. Would you like to continue this?
100%. As a trained dancer, I was brought up by my guru's training of art is a form of worship. My emails are signed off art just for the love of it. I do this because I love it. I also know that it's a form of worship. It's my way of getting closer to God. Whether it's hip hop or Bharatanatyam, it's still, I'm dedicating myself to something.
Any art that is connected to the God.
100%. Any art, even cooking is an art form.
Yes.
I'm part of an institution that we teach the 60-something art forms, whether it's cooking, music, dance, engineering, everything. We do all of it. That's how I was raised. I would love to continue doing stuff like this, because it brings together my art of love. My love for dancing and acting together. And I know I have a special niche. There's interviews that Ravi sir and Buty Chandrika Ravi have said that Chandrika is the only person that could have done it justice. Because there's also a line. You cross the line, it's too sexual. You don't do it properly, it looks fake. So I know I have a niche. So I would love to continue doing this kind of stuff.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు జూనియర్ సిల్క్ అనొచ్చు, బోల్డ్ అనొచ్చు, గ్లామరస్ అనొచ్చు, లేకపోతే స్పెషల్ సాంగ్స్ అనొచ్చు, వీటన్నిటికీ ట్యాగ్ లైన్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, మీరు ఎలా తీసుకుంటారు?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't, because I want to be the person that changes it. I really want to be the person that says, there's never really been a South Indian actress that has gone and done North Indian item songs or anything. We've never been given those opportunities. So if I'm the one person that can do that and show people, hey, we can do acting, we can do dancing, we can carry the screen, I'm okay with it. I also know that my look attracts a certain audience. That is how I created my fan base, from my look, from doing Maxim, from Miss India, from all these things that I've already done. It doesn't bother me. I really want to be the person that can change it, where people can say, oh my God, Chandrika did that one song in Veera, Simha, Reddy, but then, oh, now she's playing like a sad village girl, or whatever it is that I'm going to play next. A lot of the roles that I'm getting offered at the moment are very broad. They're completely different. But again, that's because people have seen that I can carry a film. I can do a villain role. I can do a ghost role. I can do a heroine role. I can do those things. But I hope to change it. I hope to change that stigma. I think it's very important for also artists that come after me. I don't want any other woman to get typecast just because they've done something.
Because ఇప్పుడు ఒక సాంగ్ సక్సెస్ అయింది అనుకోండి, ఆ సక్సెస్ని రిపీట్ చేయాలని ట్రై చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. అంటే ఇలాంటి సాంగ్స్ ఇవ్వాలని ట్రై చేస్తారు.
100%. I was just speaking to Buty Chandrika sir today, and I said, you've given me such a high pedestal to come into not just any cinema, but Telugu cinema, which is having an incredible moment internationally. I cannot go down, like it's only up from here. The next thing I do has to be bigger than this, and I don't know if you can top Balaya sir and Veera Simha Reddy and my 3 movies. I don't know if you can top that. But I want to go bigger from this. Whether it's a song or whether it's a small role, I think it's also my training and how I am as a person. I want to do everything at 110%. It's very important for me.
ఎలాంటి క్యారెక్టర్స్ మీరు పర్సనల్గా ఇష్టపడతారు? వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రోల్స్ యు ఆర్?
I will play anything.
Anything.
Anything. I have, like, one of the roles that I'm getting offered at the moment is for a role that not many women actually want to play, so they haven't been able to fit that role. And she has a very important story. You know, I love doing things that people don't expect me to do. I loved when I first did Irit Ariel, my original film, and people said, you played a ghost, but you're beautiful in person. Why would you want to do this? No heroine would ever do this. But I loved saying I'm an actress. I want to show that I can play different things. You know, it's very important for me.
అంటే మీరేం అర్థం చేసుకున్నారు తెలుగు సినిమా అంటే? వాట్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్ అబౌట్ తెలుగు సినిమా?
That is bigger than we actually know. Telugu cinema is way bigger than I knew. You know, watching and knowing and learning is one thing, but coming here and seeing, obviously, you know, people randomly coming and telling me Jai Balaya.
That is the emotion.
It's so emotional for me. The first day, the day we finished filming, I went to the airport and there was a couple of articles that had come out because it was actually supposed to be a surprise that was in the song. And there was a few articles that came out, so people obviously knew I was doing it. And at the airport, people were screaming at me, Jai Balaya.
Jai Balaya.
And it meant so much to me because it was my form of acceptance. That means I'm already being accepted by Telugu cinema. To be a part of Indian cinema that is creating such a huge hype around the world. Because naturally, even in America, people say, oh, you're part of Bollywood. And I say, no, I do Collywood, Tollywood, and I do Mollywood.
They didn't understand.
They didn't understand that we have so many other things. Other industries that are bigger than Bollywood, actually. You know, so I love telling people, no, actually, I'm doing Tollywood. The language is actually Telugu. You know, the Oscars, the one that's getting nominated in the Golden Globes, yeah, I'm doing that language. I'm so proud to be a part of Telugu cinema. I didn't think it would happen like this. I genuinely, hand to my heart, did not expect this. I thought I'd have to do a few more Tamil films, Malayalam films, and then somehow something will come in Telugu. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be a part of such an incredible cinema space.
అంటే సాంగ్ రిలీజ్ అయిన తర్వాత వాట్ వాస్ ద రియాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ పేరెంట్స్ అండ్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్?
My mother and father, my biggest fans. They're the reason I'm here today. I tell this in every acceptance speech, every interview. I always say I would not be here without my parents because they instilled the love for Indian culture in me first. My father is a engineer, aeronautical engineer, so he's built like a theater in the house with the big screen and everything, and my parents watched the song on loop. My sister as well and her partner and everyone, they loved the song. Like, their family members were like, can you play it for Christmas? They were watching it on the big screen. My friends, it's very, very beautiful to see non-Indian people who know my story and know how hard I've worked to get here, appreciating something so great, you know, and knowing they're part of history. Because a song like this it doesn't always happen. This is really a part of history. My support, I have an incredible support system of friends and family. They are so incredibly proud that I'm part of something so big.
ట్యూన్ గురించి ఏం చెప్తారు? తమన్ ట్యూన్ సో ఒక ఫెస్టివల్ని క్రియేట్ చేసింది.
I mean, Taman sir, everything he touches is like gold, you know, Tamil songs, Telugu songs, whatever it is. And
music director, composer.
He's incredible. He knows music. He knows what is going to get the masses going. He knows what is going to make people dance in the theater. He knows. And so this song, I mean, even when we were shooting, I remember after every shot, they'll obviously stop the song. I was sitting there going, can you play it? Just keep playing it. I want to hear the song again and again. And I've had the song with me, obviously, since shooting time. I've listened to it in my car. I have it blasting in my house. It's such a mass song. You know, you don't even have to watch the video to know that it's a mass song. The drums, the lovely singer's voice, everything is just like, he has such an incredible ear and, you know, appreciation for music. It shows in his work.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు డాన్సింగ్ అనేది ఒక పీస్ ఆఫ్ టాలెంట్. మీకు ఇంకా చాలా టాలెంట్ ఉంది, చాలా ఆర్టిస్ట్గా మీరు ఎంతో గ్రోత్ కనిపిస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే హౌ యూ లెర్న్ యాక్టింగ్ స్కూల్స్ నుంచి ఒక బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఆర్టిస్ట్గా కూడా వర్క్ చేసి ఒక longest career ni miru?
I mean, people think it's, especially in India, you know, in America, when I tell people I've been doing this since the age of 3, especially in Hollywood, it's normal because everyone in Hollywood has trained to be there. Most people. in India, people find it very hard to believe that I've done this since the age of 3, you know. I used to stand on tables and tell people around me, like, my name is Chandrika Ravi, I'm going to be famous, the whole world's going to know me, I'm going to be a great performer. I used to say these things. But it's because I had that love for the art form. And every small performance I've done, every small background job I've done, you know, I've done unpaid jobs, actually. Even in my early film in India, I wasn't paid for it. I'm only recently getting paid for jobs. It's because I loved it. I knew that eventually I was going to get to a Veera, Simha, Reddy. Eventually the world was going to know Chandrika is a great dancer, she's a great actress, she's a great worker, she's a hard worker, she's a good person. I knew that was going to come. So I think that also adds to the experience and the growth, you know.
Exactly.
It's all a package deal. And it's also something I want to show young kids as well, that you can be passionate about something. The passion that those dancers had behind me, I felt the same way. I knew that they were doing something they loved. They were dancing way longer than I was. At least I had a trailer to go and sit in. They were sitting in the heat, you know, hardly having breaks. It's about having passion for something, no matter what it is. If you want to cook, if you want to be a street sweeper, if you want to be a cameraman, if you're passionate about something, the experience will come.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ సాంగ్ ఒక మ్యాసివ్ హిట్ అయింది. బాలకృష్ణ ఫ్యాన్స్తో పాటు, బాలకృష్ణ గారి ఫ్యాన్స్తో పాటు ఇప్పుడు సంక్రాంతికి రిలీజ్ అవుతున్న సినిమాల్లో ఈ పాట అప్పుడు ఒక చిన్న పార్టీ మూడ్ని కాదు, పెద్ద బిగ్గెస్ట్ పార్టీ మూడ్ని క్రియేట్
100%.
చేసింది.
I mean, even now,
we are going to perform this song.
It's a surprise. I mean, yeah, actually, because this is Sankranti, so yeah, I'll be performing the song at the pre-release event. You know, it's
before the audience.
Yeah, before the audience, and you know, it's going to be in front of God knows how many people, which is my first major Indian performance, and being able to perform this song in front of people before Sankranti is going to literally change my life. You know, even I've been reposting the videos that people are tagging me in from the lyrical release when they had the release, and people are jumping around and there's confetti falling from the sky and everything. And my fans were tagging me saying, man, this is just the beginning.
Yes, exactly.
Because this is not even the full song, this is lyrical. Like, there's so many things that Sir does in this song that people are going to be like, wow, this is mass. Like, forget what I'm doing. The things that Balaya Sir is doing in this song, people are really going to be like, oh my God, he really is this huge hero at his age, you know. I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
సో మేము చాలా ఎక్సైటెడ్గా ఉన్నాము. అంటే సినిమా రిలీజ్ అయిన తర్వాత మీ సాంగ్ మంచి ఇంపాక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలని. సో మీరు అనుకున్నట్లు టైప్ కాస్ట్ రోల్స్ కాకుండా డిఫరెంట్ రోల్స్ మీకు తెలుగు ఇండస్ట్రీ నుంచి రావాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాము. విష్ యూ ఆల్ ద సక్సెస్.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.